Hey guys, Insightful Nerd back with another Marvel Legends review. Today we finally have the long-awaited Maximum Series Deadpool. Once again, another figure I've been putting off, don't know why, but here we are. Of course, this figure's appearance is based off of his modern look in the comics, as opposed to his classic look. Let's just get into the figures and accessories itself. Here's the front of the box, side of the box, the other side, top of the box showing the Marvel Legends logo, as well as the Maximum Series logo. And here's the back of the box. No read-up this time. Here we have the box itself. We're going to quickly compare it to the other Max Series boxes. On the left, we have the Maximum Series Spidey box compared to the Deadpool on the right. The Spider-Man one overall just has more red, as opposed to the secondary color being gray on the Deadpool. Overall, though, the formatting, pretty much the same. Here's a look at the back, the other side, as well as the top. Here's a look at the much larger Max Series Hulk box. Once again, formatting exactly the same. Another look at the back, the other side, and the top. Now, similar to the Hulk, this one has 2 layers of plastic on the inside. For this one, I think we'll start off with the figure. As I'm pulling out all these accessories, I am starting to notice there's definitely way more than we got with the other 2 Max Series. There is a notable piece missing, though, in my opinion. So I was going to start with the figure. I'm actually going to start with accessories. So for hands, we have 2 holding hands, or gripping hands, a pair of triggers, 2 pointing hands, the left one being slightly different, a pair of fists, as well as a thumbs up and a peace sign. For heads, we have a masked and partially unmasked head. My only problem being, I feel like there should have been an fully unmasked head included, as seen with the Max Series Spider-Man and other Deadpool figures. Pair of katanas, 1 rifle, and 1 very interesting futuristic rifle. This machine gun, which I thought had a little kickdown stand, but it doesn't. It's just a loose piece. So that was a missed opportunity there, but overall pretty decent. A pair of handguns and his baby knife. Stick of dynamite. Chimichanga with Deadpool's face on the packaging there. Blast effects for all of the guns. And dupe with a stand. I believe this is a callback to the Toy Biz Deadpool. So for accessories overall, I believe that is a really good assortment. Really, my only issue is that we didn't get a third head, given the price point is $60. The amount of hands we got, I'm satisfied with that. Weapons, I'm satisfied. Little miscellaneous items like the dynamite, the chimichanga, I'm satisfied, as well as the dupe. Cool to see. But again, though, just to justify the price, I feel like an unmasked head was a given, seeing that we've gotten that plenty of times before. As for this Deadpool himself, he is a completely new sculpt. Of course, based off of the newer version of his suit in the comics with the silver clasp. This is what the movie Deadpool is based off of, adopting things like the shin guards, as well as the formatting for the black and the red. Overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Unfortunately, no waist articulation of any kind. Not even a swivel or, I guess, like a ball or whatever they have in the torso, like what we've seen before. Even just a simple ab crunch, like we saw with this 85th Wolverine, would have been nice. Usually what's included is a ab crunch and a swiveling waist. We get neither here. Oh, wait, nope, we do have an ab crunch. It's well hidden. But again, no waist swivel at all. Similar to that Iron Man from the Executioner wave. I'll get to those figures eventually. I have the whole wave still. But yeah, overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Pouches galore. Given that this is, Deadpool we're talking about. Alright, time for articulation now. One of the critiques I've heard is the joint in there gets real gummy, and instantly putting this arm up, I'm starting to feel that, so I'm going to have to be careful. Arm goes up that high. Elbow bends that far. Of course, bicep swivel. Thigh cut. Once again, the thighs are feeling a little bit gummy instantly. That's not great to see. Yeah, I don't like that. Knee bends that far, instantly kicking it up, and you can see that little calf section is starting to rip away. Once again, gummy joints. This is like the one issue I've seen across the board with this figure is people having issues with gumminess. That sucks to see. This side's not nearly as bad. Wrist and ankle pivot. Leg goes that far forward, that far back. Unless you want to kick out the leg further. Once again, and pretty standard. Kind of hoping for drop down hips. It doesn't have that. Again, like you go to drop them down and do any sort of tugging, and that joint is instantly wanting to just rip out of there. So much for Maximum. They couldn't even get the quality control down for that. Only that far forward with the little joint they have in the torso. Much farther back. But you can see, start to get a little bit of the joint visible once you start going further. The neck is perfect though. 2 points of articulation in there. So you can go this far, down, that far back. Just kind of hoping for a little bit more back. They could have cut a little bit more out of there. That's okay. Overall, decent articulation. I would have liked some drop hips. Of course, any form of waist swivel. Yeah, all the joints being real gummy instantly is just really not good to see. Well, I'm going to load them up with accessories and get to comparisons and whatnot. As you can see, he's got enough pouches to fit all of these smaller weapons, that being the swords, baby knife, and both handguns. He'll have to hold the rifles. So in total, you can have him hold all the weapons except for one of the rifles, which I think that's pretty good. Just before we get into comparisons and whatnot, here's the dupe. I like the paint work they did on there. He looks real muddy. Of course, a little bit of articulation with the arms. Kind of surprised they even went that far, similar to the scooter pool dog. The X logo on there is looking nice. The face, very well painted. And the stand, pretty similar to what we've seen before, but pretty cool accessory. For height, he's coming in about 6.5 inches. Here we have him with the other Maximum Series figures, the Max Series Spidey and Hulk. The Hulk, you can see we've recently reviewed that. Not the greatest figure. I had not many kind words to say about it. Before the leaks came out that it was going to be Deadpool, I really thought they were going to do Marvel's Big Three and have Wolverine. With the Gamerverse packs coming out around the same time, they kind of already gave us a Max Series Wolverine, articulation-wise. That figure had almost no accessories worthwhile. I do have the rest of those Gamerverse figures any open up as well, so let me know if you want to see those early. I'm not going to get too much into the Max Series line. I'm going to wait until the Thor comes out officially in July. And when I get that figure, I will make a video about the Thor and then a whole separate video talking about this clusterfuck of a line. But here's the scaling. I think they're all pretty nice next to each other. Here's all of them from the side and the back. Now, in terms of pricing, I think this Deadpool comes out as a little steep. I mean, all of them do. The Spider-Man came out $50. For what you're getting, it's worth it if the sculpts that came with were good. And, I mean, all of them have quality control issues. We have the ripped torso. Deadpool has all gummy joints. Spidey has a few gummy joints, and mine, the left foot there, that foot joint kind of spread when I had it posed. I had it posed up like this, and it flared out. And I haven't found a way to get it tightened up again, so that sucks. But yeah, the Spider-Man came to $50, and both the Hulk and Deadpool at $60. Granted, they both come with a decent amount of accessories, but in terms of just amount you're getting for the price, the Hulk surprisingly comes out on top. I believe the Thor is $50, $55. I'll have to double check that. But he's got soft goods, and we'll get into all that when we actually get a hold of that figure. But just at a surface level, this Deadpool is coming out pretty steep. Again, he should have had a third head. Anyways, time for some more comparisons. Here we have him with a couple of Spideys. This is the Renew Your Vows on the left and the Magic the Gathering on the right, both sharing the same base body. I've made a review on the Magic one. I will soon make one for the Renew Your Vows when I get to it. Here we have him with a couple of Wolverines. On the left, we have the 85th anniversary, which I still believe is one of the better Wolverines they've come out with, especially articulation-wise. And on the right, we have the X-Men 97 2-pack, which I have reviewed. Can never seem to get this Storm to stand up, especially on this mouse pad. So we're going to go from left to right. X-Men 97 Wolverine, 85th anniversary Phoenix, or Jean Grey, X-Men 97 Gambit, X-Men 97 Cyclops, and X-Men 97 Storm from the same 2-pack as the Wolverine. On the left here we have the retro-carded Deadpool, which was my definitive Deadpool until this one. I think I am going to swap them out. And on the right we have the Hitmonkey 2-pack Deadpool. I'm going to have to hold both of these. Here we have two rather outdated figures, Ladypool and Gwenpool. And here we have them with the Deadpool and Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. And here is Max Series Deadpool as well as dupe with every single head pool that I own, both the comic versions and the far right being from Deadpool and Wolverine. The Hitmonkey 2-pack Deadpool did come with an unmasked Wade Wilson head. However, the ball joint on the head is ever so slightly too small compared to the Max Series, so I'm not able to comfortably get it on there. I'll see if I can find a picture of someone doing that. But again, we've had unmasked heads before. Don't know why we couldn't get that again. Here's a quick look at all the heads before we wrap this up. Here's the default head. I do like the detailing of the lines going throughout the mask, as well as that little point on the back of his mask. And here he is with the partially unmasked head. Once again, really wish we had seen the fully unmasked. However, this one is very well done. All the wrinkles throughout. There is a slight color difference between the head and the suit itself. So, time to wrap this up. Is he worth it? For the retail price of $60, no. He is currently discounted on Amazon. Last I checked, he was at 53, maybe 55 around that. For that, closer to worth it for sure. Of course, if you can find it cheaper, do it cheaper. Figure himself as good is pretty all right. Really wishing those joints weren't so gummy. Like, it's getting him into some... Just doing the articulation bit alone was scary. The dupe is a really nice accessory. I don't think it makes up for a third head. I honestly would have preferred that, even though it's less plastic. But also, just for a Deadpool, I think they somewhat live up to the Maximum Series, just given the sheer amount of accessories. That's going to suck to clean up. So yeah, he definitely makes up for in accessories. Really, my only issue is no third head. I can't even really think of any. I mean, maybe if he had like the teleporter as an accessory, that would have been cool to see. I don't know. Weapons wise, I'm happy. I'm happy with the blast effects, the hands. I'll do it again. I'll do a deep dive comparing the other Max series to see who actually lives up to the Max series name. So far, this one's looking like a top contender. This one I would not be opposed if they came out with a X-Force reskin. I mean, that's about it. Otherwise, they'd have to resculpt it, but that is my review for the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool. Thank you very much for watching. Again, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe. At time of recording, I believe we are at 48 subscribers. Trying to hit 100 before the summer hits. In general, trying to hit 100. When we do, we'll be unboxing and reviewing the Legendary Rider Series Toy Biz Hulkbuster. So once again, subscribe if you'd like to. Got more stuff coming down the line. Next month, we're going to be mixing it up and doing less reviews overall and more rankings of things. But yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching. Peace.